I've been a watch enthusiast for many years now, and the most difficult part of this hobby for me is having to avoid scratching that itch. Buying the next watch, the next thing that comes around, and although I try to practice good habits and self-control, discipline, it's my responsibility, but I also feel somewhat responsible for my viewers, for you guys, for everyone out there in this hobby who watches videos, YouTube videos like this, on a platform like this. You see, I'm just your average guy. I like sharing my passion and enthusiasm, in this hobby. I love watches. It doesn't matter the type of watch, from a G-Shock, a micro brand, something Swiss. It's irrelevant. I love watches for the fact of horology. And the problem that I find is being on this platform, being a YouTuber, as you call it, I interact with so many people and I get so many messages and emails, and even on Instagram. And I tell you what, guys, I'm going to be honest. It really causes me some concern. I'm going to share some stuff to you guys today that I hope you walk away from this and in the spirit and in the heart in which I'm sharing it. I keep having to remind myself that the stuff that I share here, it influences other people, and you know what? That's a dangerous place to be, because people get influenced. They make decisions based upon your opinion, your decisions, and your feedback. And on that note, I need to say something to every single viewer that tunes into this video, or not only this video on my channel, but every other channel. Practice self-control. Seriously, and I say this with all humility, guys. As I myself, I realize it's extremely difficult not to get caught up in buying every new thing that comes out. Addiction to spending money on watches, guys, it's a real thing. It really is. And it's not any different to taking drugs, smoking, excessive drinking. The lookout for the next fix, it's a real problem in our hobby, guys. And I want fellow collectors and enthusiasts, especially newcomers, to be really aware that there are traps and pitfalls in this hobby. I always try to send a subtle message in many of my videos regarding careful, disciplined collecting habits. Less is more, so to speak. But sometimes, I just got to say it straight out and be blunt. Discipline yourselves, guys, especially newcomers, especially new people to this hobby. The longer someone's been in this hobby, the more seasoned they seem to become. And you're going to notice from their buying decisions, they're based more on discipline, research, self-control, and that's brilliant. However, for those just discovering this hobby for the first time, or being relatively new to buying or collecting watches, there's so many dangers. So for me, being in a position where I handle, review, and experience so many watches, I honestly feel responsible to tell you guys that there is no gain, there really isn't, in buying every new toy we see. There's no benefit. For me, I've got the luxury of receiving many watches freely to this channel, or even on loan. And occasionally you'll see me put up a video where I scratch that itch, where I buy a watch. And I just did these two videos here where I scratched that itch. I wanted to buy this Tudor. I scratched the itch with the Omega. Okay, that's great. And I wanted to add these to my own collection because of my own personal conviction and where I'm going. That's it. But in saying that, guys, like I said, I handled many watches that I normally wouldn't get an opportunity to unless I actually bought them for myself. I get so many micro brands, I get so many watches loaned into the channel. I see so many people that we handle these things, and many of these watches aren't even in my price bracket. So in part, that itch, or the need to get the next fix, it's already taken care of for me, by the sheer quantity of watches that go through my hands on a weekly basis. But like I said, guys, I read so many comments that affect my conscience and duty of care to my fellow enthusiasts. I'm compelled to share these thoughts and concerns regarding spending and addiction. The last thing that I think we all want to see is that, one day you wake up, you look at your watch collection and you realize you've spent all this money without putting much time or thought into why you wanted it or why you needed it. So, don't get me wrong, guys. I love all the watches, from micro brands to top horological masterpieces and everything in between. However, I also have responsibilities for feeding my family, paying my bills, as well as many other financial responsibilities. And in saying that, if there's anything left over for me to put back into this hobby, I do. And I do it with passion and conviction. I love it. Now, all of us are in different financial situations and age groups, and whatever disposable income we have to spend in this hobby, It's relative to your own lifestyle and income. We all know this. So what I'm trying to say is this: be patient. Don't be in a hurry. No one is chasing you. And above all, if you're going to be really honest here, guys, no one really cares what's in your watch box. No one, except for you. I've seen this over the years. No one gives a hoot. I sit there and say, oh wow, look at this tutor, I love it. You know, I'm experimenting. Oh, look at this yellow or Daz. It's a microbraid that came in. I just went and bought a rubber FKM strap from AliExpress. I love it. I love this for the beach. And people look at me, oh, that's disgusting. You know, I don't care. I really don't care. This is my hobby. This is me. So I think we all need to understand this. No one gives a hoot about what's in your watch collection. Some fellow watch enthusiasts might say, oh gee, that's nice, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's just you. If we're buying watches to impress other people, I think there's a danger not only in overspending, but also you're never going to really achieve that satisfaction in this hobby. Personally, you know, I like to be very savvy when I come to buy watches. I've spoken about this in other videos. Less is more. I hope you guys are getting a clearer understanding of my heart in this video. It's the message I'm trying to convey. Don't get me wrong, by no means am I trying to tell any of you guys what you should do with your money. It's your money. Really, it is. Buy what you want. Do what you want. It's absolutely, you can spend it on cars, spend it on watches, spend it on, you know, alcohol. It's up to you. It really is. But what I'm trying to say is this: as much as it depends upon you, try to avoid the many regrets. I know many of these regrets are going to be unavoidable. It's part of learning. It's part of the growing process. But just be patient. You know, relating this to myself personally, if I'd listened and paid more careful attention to seasoned watch guys many, many years ago, I would have, you know, honestly guys, it would have benefited me greatly. I'd be in a different financial position and I'd have probably a different collection as well. You know, a lot more stuff that I really wanted to get but couldn't afford at the time because I spent so much money on stuff that I really didn't need, but I bought it anyway. Now, I hope nobody found this offensive, guys, in this video. Like I mentioned, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do with your money. I just want to share my personal conviction regarding spending, addiction, and honestly avoiding unnecessary issues with family and loved ones, especially when finances are concerned. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Share with me your thoughts and your concerns. You know, it's a hobby. It's wonderful. It really is wonderful. I love watch collecting as an adult. As a child, I liked it, and as an adult, I love it even more because now I'm freed up a little bit more financially to be able to experiment and do stuff with this and take it to a different level for myself. So once again, let me know your thoughts and your ideas regarding this hobby. And until next time, try to spend within your budget, but above all, enjoy this hobby. Thanks for watching.